嘿，欢迎大家回收看Wolfens的游戏频道。那我们今天要回来玩雾都吸血鬼。我们上一次困难模式的进度，今天应该会先去跟一下主线的那个女伯爵对话，看一下后续的剧情发展。那顺便帮周围的居民治疗一下疾病，把他们的健康状况养好一点，之后吃的营养价值比较高。确认一下我多少的药剂啊？我有2瓶疲劳症的药方，再做1瓶好了。现在有3瓶，因为有蛮多人的初级的疾病就是疲劳症。晚上好啊。我可以跟这个印度医师对话了吗？他的心脏的光芒也不见了。你看，他出来了。
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead. A colleague? Are you a doctor too? Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue. What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked? No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor. Please show me what. Of course.
为什么你卖的感觉不是一些合法的物品啊
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again. Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses? Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone. An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear
你是嗑药吗？你在那边扭来扭去。
dead flesh. Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself. How did you get this job?
他也是军医。
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here. Do you work here alone? Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open. Why do you have to watch these bodies? Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens. Why close the hospital's main morgue? It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave. Have we met before? I don't think so, sir. Why? When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead. Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
结果我现在说我的妹妹
Have
死
you
了
heard of someone blackmailing people in the hospital? Pardon me, sir, but I have no idea what you're talking about. A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here. Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods. Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital. I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
很会嘴
What kind
炮
of。goods? With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I
就像一开始弄我们的吸血鬼那样吗？
Wouldn't you say?
可能就是因为他无聊
But
了
the。good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed, I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
什么？
Sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
Good evening, sir.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm
怎么还会有未知？这未知是谁？哎，小混混，该吃药啦！
Hey, Doc.
Have you heard of any?
Blackmail. That's not
I have found the gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc. Clay Cox is a man of his word.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your future crimes.
Who knows what I might
20
do?
块
I
钱
feel invincible again.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox.
This place is full of sickness.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
好了，非常健康，而且已经喝药了。
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
哎，我们刚才看到的后面不是应该还有一个老家伙吗？去哪了？这个 在1楼。OK， 锁着。
It's locked,
好吧。
all right.
主线时间，这可以拿吗？可以耶。
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doc.
Do you need any
I'm fine.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see the city is crumbling down? Today, people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow, we may be fighting for food.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried
不
to
就是
make
你
money.
吗？你在说什么
What？ kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
I'd like...
Wise choice. Another night with the glorious battalion.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
你当初就不是这样跟我们讲话
Good
的。
evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate? He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to...
我不相信。
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
所以你为什么要吸包那些病人？
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
You are aware that I too know the thirst for the scarlet nectar.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Mm-hmm. Jeng思哎，奇怪，我记得他通常都在前面啊。出现，哎，对。等一下哦，刚才这个可以对话？问号，不行。它是这个时候锁才会打开的意思吗？还真的。萨福。
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
闭嘴。
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts lit a poor sod's fame.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. Keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
讲一堆干话。
Miss Jones. Now,
Well,
have you noticed?
it would be a great deal easier to make a list of things unsuspicious in this house of charlatans.
Everyone here is very capable. I have not seen any instances of unprofessionalism.
Thieves and murderers, the lot. People have gone missing here, you know. Poof, without a trace.
Come now, Miss Jones.
Have you no eyes? This...
If you could just tell me...
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest, coughing...
I see.
No one comes to visit, you know.
I'll come and visit...
那你怎么有钱一直住院呢？
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
先来访问一下刚才老太婆说都是荡妇的这些故事们，看他们有什么话想说的。
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
What can you...
Let me get...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
你的反应让我觉得很奇怪。来看看其他的护士是怎么讲的。我们找不到另外的几个。有一个固定在外面，可是也应该有一个在里面啊。
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doc.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here,
Have you seen a strange...
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, Nurse.
看来刚才那个护士的嫌疑最重大，他的反应太剧烈了。最后一个护士倒是找不到人影，在2楼吗？ 怎么好像也没有啊？那什么？他在外面？这真的不正常啊！他整个已经离开医院呢。What are you doing？ 在这片区域找到多罗西，按 V 进入感知模式，心脏会发出光芒，可以解锁某些特殊的互动。
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
"这已经不是窃听了吧？你大拉拉的走过来，三小啊！然后船就这样子离奇的直接蒸发了。刚刚的惨叫声是怎么回事？
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
普通尖刺大棒。什么意思？啊 ，fuck！ 你咬我，我咬你。
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad.
你刚才的行为看起来像医师吗？
First, please take a deep breath.
你又吸自己的血，又拿血毛打怪物。
Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do. Are you sure you're...
Yes.
需要头痛药方，非常好魅惑，所以可以马上宰了。但是呀，放你走，养肥了再杀。
Are you sure?
哎，放他走了，我要开箱子。你确定这个家伙放走之后，他真的看你刚才战斗表现不会回报你是吸血鬼吗？这看起来就非常可疑。4级而已，有没有这么低等？刚才隔壁都是8级的怪，这里说4级。老鼠好吃。喂。什么狼人
What sort of creature is this?
狼人造谣啊！啊！有点痛。 啊！哇塞，直接秒杀！ fuck， 没体力啊！我这样子进来的话，他重打，然后他的鲜血存量都没有还我，有点鸟哎、欸。
What sort of creature is this?
Yep， 你不能够把我重置回去之后是我现在的战斗状态啊，这样太低能了。我要重打，结果你不把我的原本开战之前的鲜血还我。回去找一下，哎呀，还是有小怪可以弄啊。让我吸个血，谢谢。 这个步骤是多余的，这是完全就是在拖游戏节奏而已。老鼠。
I have this thirst for blood. What sort of creature is this? Not a
死
lot
还
to
劈
check,
腿。
but I should anyway.
所以刚才他给的这个诊疗券的所有人已经被吃掉了。
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
他是不是一直在骗人，过来被狼人吃掉啊？
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood.
一路调查，还要调查到白教堂去，也太麻烦了。走医院正面的桥过去会比较快一点。 查明死因，这是什么状况？在停尸间，我们之前漏掉了吗？这报告应该是在停尸间的时候读到的。 这里是要给玩家刷药品的意思吗？ 不再停时间。我要怎么再往这里9公尺？这已经在地图的外面了呢。对啊，这已经在地图区域的外面了呢。我觉得比较有可能是停尸间的地下室有延伸到超出这个范围，然后那个智障就一直导引我去那个地方。这个椅子都是一碰就爆掉。靠腰哦。那个附手物品要换掉，不能够随时击晕，还要等有子弹才能击晕，太低能了。平常子弹是够用的啊，可是我们打完王没有补就直接跑过来。不要再锁定错人了，被你气死。 我已经受不了他的垃圾操作了。我希望他这个真的指的是那个东西，要是不是那个东西的话，他的群殴操作根本是无法操作的状态。你什么键都不用按，你只是动个滑鼠而已，他就一直给你换目标啊！动滑鼠又是你平常看左右需要一定要做到的操作，根本是旗帜。啊！再锁定杀小啦，靠北。你知道他刚才在隔墙锁定一个在楼梯间下面的一只怪，然后我看不到东西，我的人就只能一直面壁吗？真是智障系统。还好他这个低能的战斗，说真的，你没有任何损失，所以没什么好在意的。比起黑暗灵魂。虽然现在换目标变得更掰咖，但是至少在你不想换目标的时候，他绝对不会换。我宁可用掰咖的系统，但是用稳定性，我也不要有那种随机智障、莫名其妙你根本失控的状态。没有玩家没有按任何键，你到底为什么可以给他一直换目标？这种低能的操作，真是天才想出来的。
It's locked. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips.
某种药物过量。
The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
胸腔打开过2次。
A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. Tippett has made... It's locked.
所以我们那个时候忘记调查这个尸体，就直接离开停尸间。 来看一下郭老死医生对于这件事有什么想说的。
Good evening, Dr. Timmons.
Dr. Reed.
Kokoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks. Maybe a...
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
就这样。护士嘞？护士对这件事有什么想说的
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doc.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your
真的是有一腿到
emotions to dictate your
很严
conduct
重的程度。
concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
I can't say I approve of what you did.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain the epidemic must be our priority, so we can't afford to lose Dr. Tippett.
Hmm. 承诺我们不会揭发他。
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep...
什么？线索已失效？为什么啊？我不能承诺了之后再说一套做一套吗？
Good evening,
Dr. Reed.
还可以这样承诺之后就从自己的
Goodbye, Doc.
脑海中删除这条记忆的，太过分了。被迫言而有信，真的。晚上吃饱了吗？吃饱啊。嗯。哇，白教堂街区域状态是严重啊，瘟疫横行。凶残猎魔18级，我8级，你叫我来这里调查，你认真的？叫一个8级的吸血鬼来调查一个18级的区域，嗯。这里是哪里啊？不知道这间屋子是干嘛用的。 每一次要捡包包的时候，要捡地上的东西的时候，他就把你传送到一个你不想传送的地方。这个游戏真的有很多热键的设定是超级有问题的。还是没有大英赖的壁虎跳的愚蠢程度那么蠢啊，但是有得比。刚刚他想推开的那扇门是真的进不去吗？我再检查一下好了。确实。有些地方也上不去。
I can't believe I'm doing this.
这也是新的安全屋。所以头痛药我还不会做。升级一下。提高撕咬的伤害，撕咬的鲜血恢复量增加。多一点不同的伤害选项好了，因为像刚才那个狼人就不怕，狼人不怕我们的血毛。什么？多罗西克兰是这里的中流砥柱 ？What the fuck？ 他是白教堂的中流砥柱。因为病人养肥了再吸血会比较营养价值比较高。
This is despicable.
我的前进方向是哪里？这边。 喷的，这到底是什么鬼东西？啊！他被木桩钉死了，靠！不让我吸血！你们3个人一个包包都没掉啊！有一个。不用再滑了，你每次滑的节奏都跟我刚好我挥刀的节奏是一样的。
I have this thirst for blood.
2 days ago, this is my first patrol.
理他们吧，感觉不用特别下去找他们。
Ain't safe here for a gentleman. Step away, sir.
哎，不理他，杀。
It's a leech. Kill it.
It's a leech. 他这个火把的反击真的是很烦。你就一直挥火把，我就饱啦。啊，本来是不想下去杀你们的，不过看到你可以被背后偷袭，决定还是杀一下。然后这个家伙是有名字的，高强罗杰，高强是吧？来吸吸高强罗杰的血。哎，你为什么知道要转身啦？你搞屁呀
！Speak English, do ya?
你看错方向了。 另外2个没有来救他。Oh fuck！ 你们会互打吗？你跟狼人会互打吗？打一下，就是这样哦，漂亮。做得好啊，小兵，靠你啊，靠你啊！哦，漂亮，小兵超级克狼人呢。啊，没有，小兵要被狼人秒杀。小兵被我炸死，好可怜啊！不过小兵帮我刷掉了大量的狼人的生命值，真开心。老路，这很明显不是我该来的地方。勇者就是要当尾刀狗啊，对不对？狼人这边藏了一些弹药跟补充零件。来看一下高墙本来在守的这个门后面是什么？
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind. Lady Ashbury's blackmail.
右前方有新的安全。
Let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert! Stop it!
哇，一言不合就开枪啊！
Will be proud of me. Bloody hell, boy.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
哎呀，很嚣张啊！疲劳症，魅惑难度1。
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off.
What?
Hey!
Medication.
Sod off.
It's true.
I said...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from...
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
他是这个区域的中流砥柱，然后你跟我说你没有听说过他。
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
750的经验值。
Goodbye, young man.
The wet boots will be proud of me. Boy.
What?
班杰明就是你吗？
In the middle of a street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin.
偏头痛我治不好你啊，血液质量也还蛮差的，390。
What can you tell me?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see, long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben the Tramp.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up rosy.
你怎么确定是你儿子偷你的药的？
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the end, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
What about those we left behind, face down in the mud? You want to change places with them? You cannot waste your chance at life this way.
It's not that simple. I wouldn't have expected you to understand. I don't even know why I spoke to you in the first place.
GG。
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper.
Not me.
反正都失效了，对不对？先把你儿子吸了。
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
啊，好。带你去逛街。 这是个好地方。
No, not now. Not me, please. I'll be good.
来不及了，好吗？在那边唧唧歪歪乱呛人。 这个区域很快就会因为你的行为承担后果，是能什么后果？对啊。
Good evening, Miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous
卖假药的。
for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
You look ill.
诊断一下。
I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I'm perfectly fine, thanks to my miraculous elixir.
健康良好，1500的经验值，魅惑难度3。
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
沉默的卖花女。
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
I'd like to see...
拿一瓶看看，搞不好到时候回实验室可以拆解一下，看他到底在卖什么鬼东西。
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
我不是应该可以窃听吗？
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
All right.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett. You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
被勒索了。
Welcome, sir. Please.
I am Dr. Reed.
Doctor?
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
为什么？
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Uh-huh.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
健康，难度4。
Have you had Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse then?
就在你隔壁区而已，你这样也可以，根本不知道他是谁。
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Mm-hmm.
Right then. Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I
ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my
果然互相起底。
Goodbye.
Gosh. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus. Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson?
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever...
Nobody will be fool enough to stand against a wet boot, boy.
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
还可以直接说让我进去
Father
三小。
is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
进来的第一件事情，搜刮别人的橱柜。
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean...
Speaking of which...
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
I'm sure your father did his best when he found this house. Times are tough for everyone, young man.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things.
Huh.
Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Do you know Nurse Dot?
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Goodbye, young man.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
不用怕，我会帮你们把家里打扫干净的。
It's locked, all right.
又锁上了。Peterson 求职造船厂的工作被拒绝了。不雇佣有罪犯前科的人。 所以他本来想要找正经工作，但是因为跟帮派的关系被拒绝。
You again? What do you want this time?
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. And people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak. And there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Can I offer you my...
The name is...
Have you heard of a nurse?
Dorothy Crane.
Could you please tell...
She's a nice girl. Tries well.
Goodbye. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
即将到来的大决战。
I am Dr.
A scientist.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
Well, you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you...
Also,
quite a...
well, you...
Well,
as a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable.
缺乏信仰。
My task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher, a small-time Torquemada, the Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
What do you mean?
All signs.
Quite a...
Well, you...
Do you know...
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
迂腐界的代表人物。
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
你派他去自杀是吗？
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
你确定他还活着吗？
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
哦，这神父还很肥哎！我的天哪！而且魅惑难度超高的，他坚定的信仰让我们没办法魅惑他。
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
太可怕了。
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes, this is another kind of war, but just as deadly. History will judge us all for what we did and what we did not.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
刚才不是有解锁新的线索吗？
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything in involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
他的线索跳的是这个人的头像啊。啊，这个体力真的是哦。香烟盒、弹药。话说我也还没找到这个区的安全屋，我们刚才错过了。Richard 在这个区域里要找到他。
Good evening, sir.
结果就是你。
I'm Dr. Reed.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
Come.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
普通感冒，难度3。
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
结果是来宣扬共产主义的，全民健保是吧？
I'll leave you.
覆灭城市之歌被拒绝，没有人要帮你出版。 在国家处于水深火热之中的时候出版这种标题，真的是北蓝呢。免费诊疗券的小花束。
Good evening, Miss. I'm Dr. Reed.
他不是不会讲话吗
I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
健康5000，哇，美国难度5哎。
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well.
找到信箱，不就是这个小花吗？哦，是这个吗？
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
真的是来搞共产主义的。
Mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
为什么要让我上来这里？难道还有其他地方可以传送？看起来是没有。
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
All right then, but...
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
诊断一下疲劳症，生意挺很好哦。1400，难度4。
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
他也不在乎啊。
That would worry me. If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
没有线索啊。
Goodbye, Miss.
这个区域感觉比医院还复杂一点呢。走错路啊！安全屋在这条巷子里。
I can't believe I'm doing this. I cannot enter.
What? 你叫我来找安全屋，然后我过来，你又跟我说门锁上了，烂透了。我刚到白教堂的时候，他叫我过来找的。这里是怎样？这里也是大开杀戒呢。我靠，这人死的到处都是啊！我们肯定在追随某位勇者的步伐。啊，没有，这里就是安全屋。原来安全屋是这样解锁的，就是某个屋子本来的屋主被另外一个吸血鬼屠杀完毕之后， 有2个红门。普通感冒刚才也有一个人需要。奇怪，我不记得我的枪是绿的啊。我有2把。OK， 我拿到阿尔伯特的左轮可以拿来升级。那先去上个厕所。那个药商卖的东西，刚才看工作台好像没有分析的选项。Yep。拆掉就只有个玻璃瓶而已。我不知道我之后会不会缺钱呢？结果这里有怪。有够痛！天哪！ 新的文献收集。结果穿过一个房间，又马上到另外一个区域。这读取地图会不会太频繁了？所以有多个路线可以到刚才那个安全区。我纳闷，我现在在哪？还蛮远的。这是打败那个小 boss 的地方啊！我们当初打败那个小 boss 之后开了这个门，所以不打他应该也是可以直接传送去上面那边，然后就到白教堂的安全屋出来。哦，找到2份药方，是直接已经组合好的药方哎，而且有一个是治头痛的。好吃。锁着。一开始开枪打儿子的那个人呢？找不到他了。在这里，在这里。偏头痛，我可以治好你的偏头痛。
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Your suspicions concerning Albert were legitimate, but were you sure he was guilty when you shot him? Tell me the truth, Benjamin.
No, I wasn't. I just went mad without realizing what I was doing.
You had better speak to Albert. You need to clear the air.
来不及了，阿拉伯人已经被我吸死了。
What you endured, and you must listen to him talk about his pain.
I'm afraid it's too late. I pointed a gun at him for the sake of a few pills.
Did you know of your son's plans to join the Wet Boot Boys gang?
Barely survived the war, just to come back and see my wife die of the flu, and my son turn into a petty thug.
Albert is old enough to make his own mistakes, don't you think? To forbid him will only encourage him to join them.
Yeah, my Albert's as tough and stubborn as his old man. Apple didn't fall far from the tree.
有一条线索已经 GG 了，所以再也拿不到了。但是治疗好，大概还是可以补个快1半以上。所以，来诊断一下。
Well, Benjamin, do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
我不是拿到了吗？不。
I will see. A gun?
靠，是普通头痛，不是偏头痛。No， 我治不好你，不然就可以送你去见你儿子了。太可惜了。这里除了安全屋，好像也没什么特别的。来，放我进去。
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
上面有等级2。
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
魔狼的古老形象，魔狼不就是
？It's locked, all right.
不就是我们打的那只吗？进来就开始搜刮别人家的钱，我们是来帮助穷人的，然后就开始搜刮穷人家的少量财产。
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
魅惑难度2而已。支气管炎，我有药方。
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes. His manuscript is as pompous as he is starched.
华而不实。
There's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Are you not worried for her?
她主动提出又更可疑了，好吗？
She is tough and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family?
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Tell me everything you know.
I do not.
So Dorothy's...
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows?
非常爱聊天的吸血
I
鬼。
have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
不会啦，你的经验值还蛮高的啊，对不对？这治好之后可能有个1700之类的。
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. I still see a dark future ahead for
罗马尼亚共产党。
Goodbye, Mr.
OK， 之后就不用再穿过他的家，也可以直接进来了。先闲逛一下，准备把它打开。严重是什么意思哦？算是治安吧。它的治安是指外面有多少的那些巡逻队跟猎魔这一类的敌人。越严重的区域，敌人会越高等，或是越多。哦，每个看起来都很好吃哎，这根本就是自助餐。buffet。进来就开始把他们的药品全部都干走，让他们都没有药可以治疗病人。哇哦！呀，我们这医师真的当得太称职了。为什么这个人的心跳是侦测不到的？呀，那两个人都有心脏啊，为什么你没有？这个是吸血鬼的意思吗？他的姐姐跑回去搞革命啊！离开伦敦跑回去了。哇！你们这些卑鄙的共产党！
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily, high fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort, liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
用你的吸血鬼瞳术控制住他。
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
看起来像人类吗？这个医生看起来就是一脸吸血鬼样啊！怎么还会有人觉得这样正常
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
他想吸血。
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor.
我们这真的是乱治一通哎，还是缺啊？
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
你很想来一口就承认嘛，还在那里打包外带。
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
可以魅惑他。我现在就结束这一切，直接吸爆他。等一下，我为什么不能够给你医疗检查一下？我想确定营养价值啊。啊，魅惑就好了啦。虽然你是个共产党。
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough.
Over
Listen
my
as
dead
if your life
body.
depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Wow. 有新的市民可以诱杀。我的魅惑等级提升了是吗？让我看看这附近有没有漏掉一些应该让勇者带走的素材。
It's locked.
怎么会锁上？再去魅惑他一次，叫他把钥匙拿出来啊！支气管炎我是可以治好他啦。哎呦！ LH。 很会躲嘛。
This is no place for you, sir. Don't come any closer.
为什么他们的治疗诊所直接就都被这些巡逻队给占据了 ？The fuck！ 啊，没关系，杀光杀光。
Steady, boys. We've got one of them. Murdering bastard!
啊 fuck， 有够痛哎！ 哎、我已经躲了。要求哦。
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
这么相信我？
Yes?
啊，线索全部获得了，很好。诊断一下。
Mr. Petrescu.
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, I think you do. Take this.
快喝，快喝。
Free drugs from an English doctor. It must be my lucky day.
是的，这是你的幸运日。哇，2000经验呐！哎，你可以不用再替共产党担忧了。
Who will assist Dorothea helping our comrades now that I die?
拿到小钥匙，这个区域很快就会因为你的行为而承担苦果。还搜刮了他家的保险箱，原来这些保险箱是要把人杀爆才可以拿到钥匙打开哦。 啊，没关系，肥肥的，可以去安全屋啊。我们来睡个觉，看一下白教堂被我们吸爆了一个小男孩跟一个老人之后，会有什么变化吧？先把血毛升级一下，血毛伤害提高了，消耗也降低了。 3000点可以让血毛选特殊分支。攻击距离变短，但是一次变3只小血毛。这个纯粹就是继续维持单柄大柄的，我应该还是升级大只的吧，差200点经验而已。第2天晚上，白教堂出现人口失踪，失踪人口剧增。 这些失踪人口彼此之间唯一的共同点就是他们健康状况都不好，而且急需医疗护理。都是吃了神秘人士给的药之后就被吸爆了。健康状况危急，哇！哎，我都没有杀你的中流砥柱了，对不对？我要是杀这个，不是更惨？这已经对你们很好了。价格跟库存改变。嗯哼。靠，一堆人生病是吗？所以。健康水平一直在下降，哎，真的，所以这些王八蛋是持续在生病，我要一直发药给他们，太夸张了，真的不吸爆几个人不行。你不吸爆几个人，哪养得活这么多人啊？
I can't believe I'm doing this.
是不是应该要回去了？本杰明已经变成神经痛了，他已经不是偏头痛了。
You see, they killed Albert, you know. Fucking wet boys.
I see.
Could have looked after my Albie better.
不是他们杀的。
But the wet boys will pay. I swear they will pay.
不是他们杀的。
I served in France too.
It was hell, Doctor. Pure.
I tried to expand.
Oh yeah, science can make mistakes for sure. I said up.
What are you doing?
One thing I learned from.
Your son seemed very
His body was found this morning. He'd been murdered.
Albert was old enough to make his own.
Albert was raised.
他不是自己做决定的，他是被我们魅惑之后吸爆的，很明显违反他的个人意志。
Can you tell me
the wet boot boys? For 8.
And why is that?
Because of the war and the flu. And look.
Take care. Goodbye for now.
OK， 拜拜。慢走不送啊，记得去帮你儿子报仇啊。怎么会在这里放这么多只老鼠？
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy!
啊！ 哎，我隔着墙哎！ Fuck。OK， 剩下一只，他已经不知道卡点卡在那里多久了。我一个体力，再继续砍。OK， 数光光，看你们还敢不敢放陷阱。不过我刚才没有仔细找，他们两个死掉的时候，小 boss 死掉的时候，不知道有没有掉包包。这里是有一包啦，就这样，会不会太寒酸了一点？有一些人的病可能本来是轻微的，然后我一直不管他，他的健康状况会一直恶化变严重的，这样子相对对各种药材的消耗又变得更重。这间房子真不知道是来干嘛的。回到医院，哦，又是你，对不起，打扰了。这个为什么在发亮 ？OK， 它药品又重置了，可以再拿一次。顺便把院长的房间也看一下。什么？不让我进去？ 这个一直在被吸血鬼女糊弄的北兰老兵也得了疲劳症。
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
苦药给你药，还在那边唧唧歪歪。
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
所以一直在靠腰的老女人也不能跟他讲话。这个自以为是吸血鬼的家伙，营养价值2000呢，而且魅惑难度2，我们已经可以已经可以送他上天堂了。
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood.
吸一下啊。
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
我带你去。我终于知道后面的那个仓库的功能是什么了。原来后面这间仓库就是用来给你一个没有人的小角落可以吸血用的。
Why kill me, brother? We could have ruled this land together and forever.
因为你的经验肥肥的啊。还有没有人生病的啊？你也疲劳症是吧？Hello， GY 男，对话一下。
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
喝就对了，不要讲那些屁话。
Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
我都用牙齿做手术啊。我刚刚才服务完一个病人，对不对
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
这个医生还没有完整培养，因为有一部分的线索没有办法取得。
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening, Doctor.
这个魅惑难度1的，他已经完整开发了。
Is there anything really?
我没有疲劳症的药方了，该死。
Goodbye for now.
不要怕，我上楼去做。先让我统计一下，这个也要疲劳症的。
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you?
果然是个王八蛋。
You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
卑鄙的印度人。
It's locked, all right.
我的阳台嘞？这也不能上去。疲劳症，疲劳症，疲劳症，一堆疲劳症，我至少还要3罐疲劳症的药剂。Shit！ 这容易要去哪里拿啊？受腐蚀的药片。这个太常见了，多做个几杯，多做几杯。米尔顿，我终于可以解决你了。
Good evening, Doc.
I'd like
wise choice.
你卖这些什么垃圾
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you need any?
I'm afraid I do.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often.
不用怕，诊断一下啊，舒服。带走了，打包外带。啊，隔壁这2个人就这样子看着我带着流口水的米尔顿到黑暗的小房间去，他们都没有反应，对不对？都觉得这样很正常。米尔顿已经唧唧歪歪讲干话很久了，现在解决他还是刚好而已。哎，那个幻觉女的尸体已经不见了，有没有这么缺游戏效能啊？那尸体应该要保留的好吗？
Pippa, my princess, flee away while you can, for all is lost.
Feel good. 谢啦谢啦，还有感谢你的猎枪。一把，你想见米尔顿吗
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
哎，你的魅惑难度为什么3啦？太过分了。
Do you need med?
I'm fine.
而且还很健康。再见再见。你知道米尔顿嗝屁了吗？你不知道没关系，明天就会上报纸头条了。哎 ，Tippets 的魅惑难度只有2。反而是这个护士的意志力超坚定的。
Do you require?
I will be fine.
不用睡了，喝了这瓶药就不用睡了。
I'll try, Doctor.
Goodbye now.
普通头痛，我刚好有药可以给你。
Hey, Doc.
你心情倒是挺好的。我到现在还没杀你，你已经肥很久了。看在你没有米尔顿那么居巴的份上，我还是可以放你一马。等你下一次讲干话的时候，再带你去阴暗的小房间。
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher.
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Mr. Thatcher.
No.
I understand what you...
No. Nope.
Why were you locked in that sewer?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fuck...
Why did you run?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital.
Tell me about your claustrophobia.
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I
我就是
don't
该
want
死
to
的
go
医
to a
生。
hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about is their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is
他
not
怕被
going
拿
to
去
go
做研
away
究
by
之类的。
itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed?
No,
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then if you're so interested in my case.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation
还真的猜对。
an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, and days like months. The terror, the shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
Shameful thoughts. Tell me about them.
At some point, I don't remember which day, when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about...
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
I thought about what I could do to survive, just for a few more days.
你杀了牛顿，你也没有水啊！活埋的问题一定不是食物，是水，好吗？水跟空气。
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely
轮不到食物，你就已经嗝屁了。
Did not destroy Newton.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me.
哇靠！
I can't imagine life without him.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people.
很直接的出柜耶。
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
牛顿比较了解社会。你的营养价值现在变多少了？哇，线索全解。
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong, sir.
I'm certain you have your reasons.
It is true.
拿去喝，拿去喝。哇，很营养，很营养。跟牛顿说再见啦。 牛顿，我带你的女朋友去隔壁聊一下。不要怀疑，我们之间没什么。哇，1000经验。
Newton, don't be sorry. We'll meet again soon, and we will.
你们的避难所的巨大钥匙，你们的避难所在哪？你们的避难所在哪？我不知道你们的避难所在哪，太过分了。是这里吗？哦吼，哦吼。我觉得这样的嫌疑会不会太明显了？我带他离开，然后到阴暗的角落之后，他就在那边嗝屁了，而且我还拿着他们家的钥匙跑进来他们家里搜刮所有的东西，这根本都已经不用调查就可以结案了吧？牛顿还目睹了一切。牛顿你好吗
Hello again, Mr. Blight. I'm happy to see Mr. Thatcher is safe.
I'm eternally grateful.
Mr. Thatcher is safe.
We were total strangers, and you helped us anyway. Can't thank you enough, sir.
哦，我天啊，真的太残酷了。
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days and
Go on.
It started eating me as soon as I dozed.
I see.
No, you don't. You.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know. Never thought I'd love a man.
I won't say a word, Mr. Blight. Your secret is safe with me.
I fought for my country and I survived. I saw my comrades die. And now society tells me I'm a criminal for who I love. It makes me so angry.
在那个年代，应该是真的是犯罪行为。
You and Oswald were buried alive during the war. Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was last summer. A shell hit our trench and we were buried for a week.
Oswald seemed far more traumatized than you by the event.
It wasn't the first time it happened to me. Surviving it again.
How did you?
Luckily for us, there were rations of water in the tunnel.
有口粮还有水，真爽。
Since then, Oswald's not keen on being inside for too long.
What can you tell me about
war? Was.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think.
I fought in France.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
You are always welcome.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital.
哦，没有，他已经不会回医院了，他会去停时间。
Could you speak to him?
我已经跟他充分交谈了，他愿意去停时间。
Can you speak about them? Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
所以呀，你明天看报纸吧，拜拜。 还有谁疲劳的啊？这有吸血鬼医生可以帮你们治疗啊，专治疲劳症。等一下，你们这些王八蛋，我要窃听一下你们到底在干什么。这两个 bitch。
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
What? 你们在演哪出？主线啊！你吸爆他！你为什么要欺骗他？
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
他信任你。
Killed him. He trusted you.
就像我们刚才杀的每一个人一样。
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmail.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
50块
Do you
钱
have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation?
好廉价
I'll be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
你刚刚看起来吸得很爽啊。
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
这种时候每次都是拿出来，我是女的欸，靠！
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scum.
图灵比这个 时代还晚很多哎，所以那个时代是更保守的。
What type of vampire is a Scar?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
原来是长老吸血者。
Excuse my forwardness, but
只有长老才能够直接跟自己创造的后代
Goodness no.
心电感应。
Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
那我们当初有喝他的血吗？他并没有让我们喝他的血啊。
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
你现在才相信自己是吸血鬼？你已经吸爆那么多人了。
Penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
到底谁要想要加入这种烂东西？
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
如果跟你搞这些阴谋诡计的人都是有几千年的经验，
I bid you farewell. For now.
那自然会是很复杂的一件事。
I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. 还有没有人生病的啊？你妈妈也疲劳症，不用怕，我会帮你治好她的。印度阿三也疲劳症。
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
你儿子不重要，先看一下你的健康状况。
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this?
给。
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute.
Well, at least your reputation.
不错不错，2600恢复中，魅惑难度4，要吸爆他妈还要很久以后。
Do you require med?
I have.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick.
All my son needs.
OK， 至少截到一条线索。
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities.
I guess I should...
Can I help you in...
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after...
I see. And is...
Yes. And I don't want...
哦，新增的调查任务。
I have to go.
Don't waste your time with me.
阿三，不要再偷干死人的东西啊！
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a... Do you need medical? Well, the proximity of the dead is not the... Don't take too many risks, and that is a good thing.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak. You may be right, but you'll go to jail if you're caught.
If ever I have to go to jail, I'm sure I'll find a way to help people there, too.
是这样哦。好了，2条线索了啦，养的蛮肥的。
Goodbye, man.
这肯定是他的箱子啊，也就是说吸爆它之后就会拿到他的钥匙，然后就可以打开这里。我们是不是应该再去停之间收刮一次药品啊？因为每天救这些人，其实真的花的药还蛮多的。这毕竟有安全屋是吗？没有安全屋，但是发了2只老鼠在街上。不要叫那么大声。嗷！行。奇怪，我刚才对自己做了什么？为什么？哦不，我好像不小心打到针了。我在想，奇怪，为什么我的人物发出一声哀嚎？原来是不小心把治疗针用掉了。所以这里也可以到白教堂街。这里我还真的没来过。
It's locked, all right.
这应该就是那间我不知道干嘛用的屋子吧？没有，这是2楼。 2楼，所以1楼那间屋子是对面的，不是这里。
Speak English, do ya?
我要走这里才能回去啊。
Oi, you watch yourselves! This one of them!
打完架第一件事情是翻垃圾桶。Yep， 走这里回到医院。确认一下那个区域地图的健康状况。码头稳定 ，Hamburg 还有一个疲劳症没有发药诶，谁啊？这个家伙了，吃药。
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news?
Is there anything?
Really?
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help.
OK， 健康状况良好。
Goodbye for now.
Always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me.
来去主线分析一下血液样本，然后我们差不多就要休息了。这里的药柜有重置吗
？It's locked. It's locked, all right.
都是锁着的。 居然有他的指控信件，我们上次来怎么没有拿到？
The flower's dying.
他真的
Needs water.
永远都在说这花需要水，然后就是不帮他浇水。耐力恢复速度提高，这不是很有用啊？
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Yep， 那我相信他主线应该是会帮我存档。我们今天应该就先玩到这里，下一次再去跟 Swansea 医师沟通，让主线剧情继续往前推进。那感谢各位的收看，我们下次再见喽，拜拜。